Assalamu alaikum viewers, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to make a hanky frock for a 5-year girl. It's a very beautiful design and I'll show you the original design as well, because when I saw it for the first time I just loved it and the color combination is so beautiful. So I'll suggest you to use this color combination to make this dress and make it for yourself. I'm going to make it for a 5-year girl. You can follow the same method and design your dress. So let's get started. I'm using this color combination for this dress. This will be the main frock and I'll use pink fabric for patches, and 1.25 meter of pink fabric will be used for patches and 1.5 meter of this fabric will be used for the main frock. So first of all we'll cut and stitch the bodice and then the skirt. So I'll take this piece of fabric, it is folded. I'll mark for the bodice length at 11 inches. As the fabric is folded, so we'll get front and back bodies in one go. We'll cut from here. From this piece of fabric I'll be making the sleeves, and this is for the bodies. For the width of bodies I'll mark at 15 inches and fold the fabric from here. For the front part of bodies, we'll attach potli buttons in the center front, so we need 1 inch extra fabric for seam allowance because we'll cut from the center. So I am cutting at 16 inches for the front part, separate front and back part. The back part is 15 inches wide. So this one is the less wider part, that is the back part of our bodies. Fold it and fold the front bodies as well and place it on the back part, aligning the raw edges together, and the extra fabric will be at the center front here. So we'll make a line at ½ inch which will show the extra fabric, and we'll mark the rest of the bodies from this line. So for the shoulder I'll mark at 5.5 inches. For armhole I'll mark at 6 inches. Extend these 2 points. For the chest we mark 1/4 of the chest and I'm marking at 6.5 inches, and for the 1/4 of waist I'm marking at 6.25 inches for 25-inch waist. From the mark of cutting we'll draw a shape for back armhole and front armhole like this. Now for neck width I'll mark at 3 inches, and for neck depth as well. Join these 2 points in a round shape. For back part of neck the width will be same, and for neck depth I'm marking at 1 inch and give it a round shape. Now we'll cut at these marks. First the back bodies, so back neckline, back armhole and side, keeping 1 inch margin. And now we'll separate the back part and cut front armhole and front neckline. Now we'll cut from the center front. We'll attach potli buttons here, and I have made potli buttons and the tutorial for making of potli buttons will be uploaded soon. We'll place the potli buttons here in this way and make a stitch line. Like this. So first we'll draw a line at ½ inch like we did before on the right side here where we'll be attaching potli buttons. So this will be the reference for our stitch line. We'll simply place the potli buttons on this line and stitch here. So I've attached all the potli buttons on that line. Now we'll match the right sides of both halves together and stitch here. We'll make the stitch line from this side where we can see the first stitch line. So I have made another stitch line and joined the 2 halves. So we'll open it and potli buttons have been attached, as you can see here. And now we'll finish the necklines. So we'll cut strips in the same shape as the front neckline, and at the back neckline we'll make a slit at the center back. So I have cut a strip of fabric in the same shape We'll place this strip on the right side, like this is for the front neckline. We'll attach it on the right side and flip it on the wrong side and finish it. Likewise for the back part of bodies, we'll place this strip on the right side here and stitch in this way. So after attaching the strips on the right side, we'll make a few notches and fold the strip to the wrong side and hand stitch it. Likewise for the back neckline, we'll cut here. After making the stitch lines, give a few notches and turn the strip on the wrong side. And fold the strip again and hand stitch it. On the wrong side, we'll make 2 cuts here as well, so the strip will be folded easily. And now fold the strip, hand stitch and finish the neckline. So I finished the front and the back neckline, as you can see here. Now we'll match the right sides together and stitch the shoulders. After stitching the shoulders, we'll attach the sleeves. So we'll get the sleeves ready first. For the sleeves, I took these 2 strips of fabric for both the sleeves, and the width is 14 inches and these are 12.5 inches long, as we'll attach a 3-inch patch at the bottom. We'll fold it once again so we get 4 layers of fabric now. We'll mark at 6 inch for armhole, and at that point we'll give a slope of 2.5 inches like this. For the bottom width, we'll mark at 4 inches and join it to the top mark, and at 1 inch we'll mark for cutting. Now open the sleeve and cut a bit deeper for front armhole like this, and mark here for front armhole. Now we'll attach the sleeves to the bodies. So this is the mark for front armhole. It will be attached here, and this mark to the front side here. We'll simply attach the sleeve to the armhole, fold the sleeve, align it with the armhole and trim extra fabric, so it will be easier to stitch the sleeves afterwards. And give a mark at the center as well, center of the sleeve, that will be attached to the shoulder. So you can mark or give a notch here and attach this cut to the shoulder joint. So I've attached the sleeves at the armhole. Now we'll attach the patch at the bottom of the sleeves. For patch, I took this strip of fabric. It is 3.5 inches long on fold, and the width of this strip is 21 inches as it is for both the sleeves. So we'll simply fold it and cut it in 2 halves for the 2 sleeves. And now we'll place the strip on the wrong side. Place it like this. The wrong side of the strip is also facing us. We'll stitch here and then turn the strip to the right side, and keeping the margin inwards, we will stitch it here. So I've attached the patch on the bottom of the sleeves. Now match the right sides together and stitch the side seam, starting from the bottom of the sleeve down to the bottom of bodies. So I've attached the sides, trim extra fabric, give a few notches and turn the right side out. So this is how it looks. Our bodice is ready. Now we'll cut and stitch the skirt and attach it to the bodice. So these are the fabrics I'll be using for the skirt. This pink fabric will be used to make patches, and this will be the main skirt. This is 1 meter fabric. We'll open the fabric. This is the length of the fabric, and we'll mark for the length of the skirt here. So for the length of the skirt, you need to know the length of skirt you want from the center front. So we need 16-inch long skirt from the center front, we'll deduct 4 inches from that measurement because we'll attach a 4-inch patch at the bottom, so it becomes 12 inches. To this 12-inch, we'll add 4 inches for the waist. So it becomes 16 again. We'll fold the fabric at this point. So we'll mark at 16 inch on the fabric and fold the fabric from this point. This is the measurement you need to check out, or you need to find out very carefully, because you will fold the fabric at this point lengthwise as well as widthwise. So this is the only measurement you need to find out very carefully. So I folded the fabric at 16 inches. Now I'll cut extra fabric. So I folded the fabric lengthwise first, and now I'll fold the fabric widthwise at the same point, that is 16 inches. So I'll mark at 16 inches from here. And fold the fabric from this point. So now I have folded the fabric widthwise. Trim extra fabric. So now we have 4 layers of fabric in front of us. In a circle skirt, we mark for waist here and full length of the skirt here, but in this case we won't cut for the full length. We'll only cut for the waist, and the rest of the fabric will be in a square piece. So the full waist in my measurement is 25 inches. We'll find 1/4 of it, but we won't divide it with 4, but we'll divide it by 6.25 because we'll cut the waist in a circle. So we'll divide 25 by 6.25 and we get 4. So we'll mark at 4 inches for the waist. I'll show you the waist will be cut in a circle. So we'll mark at a few points less than 4 inches. So I chose 3.7. So I'm marking at 3.7 from here, from that corner. We reduce a few points because we are cutting the waist in a circle and it will be attached to the bodice, which is straight. So when we cut the fabric in a circle, it stretches a little bit. So it should not exceed our waist measurement. That's why I am taking a few points less than the answer we got. So now we'll cut from here. We cut at 3.7 and we cut from here. So this is the cutting of the skirt. It's all done. So this is the waist part, and that will be the look of our skirt. So when we'll open it, you will see the waist is in a circle. The rest of the fabric will be in a square piece. So this is the circle waist. The rest of the fabric is in a square piece. We'll attach patches on all the sides. So we'll cut the strips for the patches first. So the length of patch we want is 4 inches. It will be folded because we won't attach the patch on the skirt but outside its edge. So on fold it will be 8 inches and we'll keep 1 inch for seam allowance. So we need to cut 9-inch long strips. So I've cut these 4 strips for 4 sides and all the strips are 9 inches long. We'll attach the strips on the wrong side first. So we'll simply place the strip on the wrong side. The wrong side of the strip is facing us. We'll start the strip from the corner and keep extra fabric on the other side. Stitch the strip here and then fold it to the right side. And fold the strip a 1/2 inch inside and top stitch here. So this is how we will attach all the patches. And we'll keep extra fabric on the other side. And at this side we'll keep 2 to 3 inches unstitched at the corner, and we won't trim this extra fabric by now. In the same way we'll attach the other patch and we'll start from the corner and keep extra fabric on the other side, and from this side we'll start stitching the next patch right at the corner and keep extra fabric on the other side here, and we'll do the same for the last patch. Start from the corner and keep extra fabric on the other side, and at that side we will keep 2 to 3 inches unstitched as well. So I attached the patch here, kept this extra fabric on the other side, and I kept 2 to 3 inches unstitched as well. And now we'll fold the strip to the right side and top stitch here, and again we'll keep 2 to 3 inches unstitched on this side where we keep extra fabric. Before stitching, I pressed the strip and pinned it in place so it will be easier to top stitch now. So I've attached the patches to the right side as well, and keeping this extra fabric equal to the width of the next patch and 1/2 inch seam allowance, I trimmed the extra fabric. So I trimmed from here. This is the width of the extra fabric we need. And now we'll make the corners, and for that match the right side together and keeping a 1/2 inch seam allowance, stitch here. We'll do the same for all the corners. So I have stitched the corners like this. Now we'll turn the right side out. The corner is finished, as you can see here. Now we'll simply place this patch in between and top stitch here. So I have made the corners as I told you, so I did the same for all the 4 corners. And now all the patches have been attached, and this is the waist. So this is how our skirt would look like. Now we'll attach the bodies, and this is our bodies. We'll attach it to the skirt at the waist, and for that we'll turn the wrong side out of the skirt only. And for this skirt it is very important to find out the direction of the waist. So fold the skirt like this. So this will be the waist for front and back. So insert the bodies from here, and it's important to mark at this corner because this corner should be attached at the side seam of the bodies. And this corner should be attached to the other side seam of the bodies. So you need to mark at the corner, or you can make a notch here. It is very important. And now we'll simply match the waist and stitch here. So I've attached the bodies to the skirt and our dress is ready. It's very simple, and you can see here the skirt is attached to the bodies like this. This is the center front and these are the sides. So I hope you like the video. It's very easy to stitch this dress, and if you have any question related to this tutorial, you can ask me in the comment section, and make sure to subscribe my channel. And thank you so much for watching, and Allah Hafiz till the next video.